Hirana kalia potokurshi hemoto. Hiranaya tokurani kimaya takaya tata. Rohotaya vishitanya kalia potahashaka. Hiropomati hariamukode. Ishtaya mukupara karanda krusha hyarata. All right, we are here now in this moment of grace, in this moment of truth, in this moment of peace. We are understanding that God's grace is within us. We are understanding that God's grace is around us. We are understanding that God's grace is in everything we do and everything that we see. We know that as we walk through this world in the divinity of grace, in the divinity of truth, in the divinity of peace, we are achieving God's consciousness on this earth plane. We are achieving the grace. We are achieving the truth. We are achieving the energy that we are perceiving coming from ourselves into the world around us. And this is the grace that we are asking for. This is the grace that we are choosing. This is the grace that we are wanting to be known as. This is the grace that we are feeling within our being. This consciousness, this grace, this truth, this energy. We are receiving God's grace into our being as the energy of consciousness and grace here now in this moment of peace. So what does it mean to be conscious? What does it mean to be alive? What does it mean to be perceiving the world around you as the grace, the truth, and the peace of all things? What does it mean to be here now in this moment of grace, of truth, and of peace? What does it mean when we ask ourselves the question, how can I be here, right now, in this moment of grace? How can I be here, right now, in this moment of grace? What does it mean to be here, right now, in this moment of grace? How do I see myself as divine in this moment of grace? How do I see myself as pure in this moment of grace? How do I see myself as the one who I came here to be? Is it all unconscious, the world around us? Is the world around us unconscious? Are the things that we're looking at outside of us unconscious? Are they awake? Are they aware? What is the perception of our inner being? What is the perception of our inner truth? What is the perception of our inner peace? Do we see that the world around us wants to be seen as true, wants to be seen as loving, wants to be seen as kind, wants to be seen as free? Do we see that the world around us wants to understand the truth of all things? Do we see that the world around us wants to be perceived in grace, truth, peace, understanding, and love? Do we see that the world around us wants to know all things as divine and free? Do we see that the world around us wants to be conscious and graceful and kind and loving? That's the perception that we may be missing. Because we look out around us and we see these concepts, we see these constructs, we see these misperceptions of grace, peace, truth, love, and understanding. So we form an identity, right, around that misconception in the world around us. And what does our identity say? I'm not going to open up to that. I'm not going to become a part of that. I'm not going to let myself get lost in that, right? I'm not going to let myself be seen in that as unconscious or ungraceful or unpeaceful or unloving. So how do we perceive that this moment is the moment that we came here to be a part of? How do we perceive that this moment is the moment that we came here to be a part of? What is this moment? How do we perceive this moment? How do we see this moment? What is this moment? Do we know that this moment has accessed us consciously, gracefully, peacefully, receiving us into it? Do we know that this moment has allowed us to be all that we've ever wanted to be? So what is this moment? So the question that has come up this week is, what does it mean when I say everything that you're wanting is already here? It's already here. It's already in your consciousness. It's already in your grace. It's already in your truth. It's already in your peace. Whatever you're wanting, it doesn't matter. It's already here, right? So we've said that. We've said that everything that you're wanting is already here. You don't need to want it. You don't need to go out and get it. You don't need to look for it. It's already here. It's already right here. It's already in this consciousness of grace. It's already in this consciousness of truth. And it's already in this consciousness of peace. So what is that understanding that we are seeking within our own being when we say something is already here? It's already here now in this moment. It's already here now in this grace. It's already here now in this peace, okay? So the conscious mind says, I don't see it, right? I don't see, I'm looking for money, I'm looking for my boyfriend, I'm looking for my lover, I'm looking for my house. Whatever it is that you're looking for, you say, I don't see it. You say it's here, but I don't see it. So how do I conceive of that idea that it's already here? It's already here in my understanding. It's already here in my grace. It's already here in my truth, right? So let's look at that for a moment. What does it mean to be free? What does it mean to be free? Does it mean that our understanding has opened up to the consciousness, to the grace, to the truth within our being? What does it mean to be powerful? Does it mean that we've accepted God's grace as part of our truth, as part of our essence, as part of our divinity? What does it mean to be alive? Does it mean that we give ourselves full access to full consciousness at all times as we walk this earth plane? What does it mean to be conceiving of a reality that is everything we've ever wanted? What does that mean? Does it mean that in every moment we are feeling the grace, we are feeling the truth, we are feeling the peace, we are feeling the access to that consciousness within our own being that allows the consciousness to be seen in the world around us as peace, as grace, as truth, as divinity? And that peace, that grace, that truth, and divinity becomes the things that we are wanting. So are you accessing yourself in the truth, in the peace, in the grace, in the divinity of your own conscious self? Are you accessing yourself in that grace, in that peace, in that truth, in that divinity right now? We've accessed ourselves in consciousness, we've accessed ourselves in grace, we've accessed ourselves in truth, and we've accessed ourselves in peace. But can you see that your own divinity rests within you as the consciousness of all things? So what does that mean? Take a moment and accept yourself as divine and free. Take a moment and accept yourself as divine and free. We can't see ourselves as divine and free if we have all these mental constructs going and conceiving of things differently than how they truly are on this earth plane. Take a moment, drop into that beingness, into that place within your own being that knows the truth of all things, and allow yourself to see consciously where you are, what you're doing, and how you are perceiving. This world around you is merely a conceptual notion that you have presented from the innermost part of your being. So what does it mean when I say it's already here? Everything you want is already here. It's already here because you are already here. You are already conscious. You are already free. You are already graceful. You are already loving. You are already kind. You are already here. Feel that energy of grace within you. You must feel it. You must acknowledge that peace within you. You must acknowledge that energy of gracious consciousness within you. You must acknowledge that the things that you have come here to see are already resting in that grace and that peace and that truth and that divinity within you. So conceptually, relieve yourself of any misunderstanding that the world is different from who you are, what you want to see. It is not different from who you are, what you want to see. You have conceptually, graciously, divinely given yourself a world to live in, to be in, right? What is the contract? What is the concept that you've given yourself? Look at it for a moment. Look at it for a moment. Look at the conceptual reality around you just for a moment and see, where has that come from within my being? Where has this world, where has this experience, where has this generosity, where has this come from within my being? I am here now. This is the only way I can exist. I can only exist in the here and now. There's no other way to exist. I can't exist tomorrow. I can't exist yesterday. I exist now. This is now. This is here. This is present. This is the moment that we conceptually believe in as our true consciousness, as our true understanding, and as our true grace. Do you understand that to be perceived in this moment of gracious consciousness, of aliveness, of love, there it is, of truth, of divinity, and of peace? This is our moment. We are this moment. There is no other moment that has ever been and that will ever be. Conceptually, relieve yourself of the idea that anything is different from you in this reality, because it is not, it never has been, and it never will be. So what does it mean when I say it's already here? How are we going to conceptually understand this knowledge of it's already here? You already have everything you want. You already have everything you need. You already have everything you've planned. You already have everything you've desired. It's all here. How do we conceptually receive this notion into our being of it is already here? I would like you to take a moment and finally Finally, just allow yourself to be in this moment of grace. Don't conceptualize anything. Don't see anything outside of you. Just receive this moment. Close your eyes and receive this moment into the consciousness, into the grace, into the truth of your being. Conceptually, allow yourself to just be in this moment of grace. There's nothing else. There's nothing happening outside of you. There's nothing happening inside of you. We just are. We are just in this moment of peace. We just are. Receive this moment into you. Receive this moment into you. Receive this moment into you. Consciously receive, there it is, this moment into you, and allow it to be everything you've ever wanted it to be. Can you see that? Allow this moment right here, right now. This is your moment. Allow it to be everything you've ever wanted it to be. What do you want in your reality? Close your eyes. Go inside your heart space. Do not let the mind take this moment. This is your moment in grace and peace and truth in divinity. Go into your heart. Allow yourself to see everything you've ever wanted, because it is all right here in this moment of grace. Allow it to be seen. Allow it to be felt. Allow it to be heard. Allow it to be smelled. Allow it to be tasted. Feel it, taste it, know it, experience it. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you seeing? Is it conceptual? What does it feel like? What does it look like? See the inner energy of your grace becoming your truth. See the inner energy of your grace becoming your truth. See the inner energy of your grace becoming your truth. What does that mean? That means that everything you want, everything that you desire, everything that is in your reality of conscious understanding within your own being is right here, right now. Allow it to be. Walk into your new home. Do what you need to do. Experience what you need to experience. Feel that lover next to you, sleeping with you, awakening with you. See the energy and the consciousness and the grace and the truth and the divinity of abundance, of manifestation. Allow it all to be right here, right now, in your own understanding, within your being. Feel it. What does it feel like? What does it feel like? Is it soft? Is it hard? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it sharp? What does it feel like? What is the energy that is emanating off of that object or that experience? What does that energy feel like? Close your eyes and feel the energy of that being, or that tree, or the sky, or the earth beneath your feet. The door handle on your new home, the steering wheel of that new vehicle you're looking for. Whatever it is, feel it. Put your toes in the water. Is it cold? Is it hot? What does it feel like? How does it smell? Does it smell of old grandma's home? Does it smell of new forest, greenery, and growth? Does it smell of the ocean waves? What does it smell like? What does it smell like? Does it smell like someone's cooking dinner? What does it smell like? Absorb that smell. Absorb that smell into your being. The favorite smell of your new thing that you're wanting, perceiving, allowing. The gracious kindness within your being. Lay down. Allow your eyes to be open, alive, and free. Allow them to absorb the energy around you. As you see deeply, you see consciously, you see with all aliveness within your being. Let these energies, let these graces, let these experiences be absorbed completely into your being. Feel the energy of the grace, of the experience that you are wanting. Allow it to be absorbed completely into your being. The grace of your truth is filling the energy around you, gracefully receiving you into it. Is this new house? Is this new lover? Is this new experience? Gracefully receiving you into it is all of the abundance you could ever dream of or desire, gracefully receiving you into it, is your new walk in life, whatever that may be. You are here now to experience, to know, to consciously allow this new thing, this new experience, this new grace into your beingness. It is grace that you are receiving. It is grace that you are receiving. Grace of God's love, of God's, there it is, consciousness, of God's truth, of God's peace. It is grace that you are receiving into your being. Allow it to flow from your being into the things that you are receiving. Allow this grace to flow from your being into the things that you are receiving. Consciously see God's grace that is within you, always has been and always will be. You are the grace of consciousness that is the truth of your being. Contact that energy within you that is God's grace. Feel it, contact it, and know it. Experience that grace within you as your own consciousness, as your own truth, and as your own peace. And allow this grace that is within you to be seen in the things around you. So feel that grace coming from within your being, out of your being, into everything that you see. Allow this grace within your being to be exposed to this beautiful world around you that you are now currently creating, energizing, and allowing to be on this earth plane. It is already here means we've already seen it, we've already felt it, we've already experienced it, we already know it, and so it already exists within our being. And once it exists within our being, it exists in everything that we see. Allow it to be felt in the world that you are creating. Allow this energy of God's consciousness and grace to be felt in the world that you are currently creating. It is your creation of divinity and peace. It is your creation of divine truth in everything you're doing. It is your creation. We see that God's grace is expanding in us, outside of us, around us, right? We feel that consciousness. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel the consciousness of grace within you, receiving you. Feel the consciousness of grace within you, receiving you. Feel the consciousness of grace within you, receiving you, knowing you, experiencing you. There it is. Go deeper into your being. Go deeper into the essence of your truth. Go deeper into the consciousness of your grace. Go deeper into that feeling quality of knowingness. I know that I am divine. I know that I am conscious. I know that I am free. I can experience these things now. I can experience these things now. I can experience these things now. There's no need to wait for anything to be received, because this is the moment. We are receiving. We are allowing. We are expecting. We are feeling. This is your moment. There is no tomorrow. There is no next week. There is no a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years. There is now. This is our moment. It is here now. You are already receiving it. You are already feeling it. You are already gracefully responding to the energy of grace within the things that you are wanting. You are already responding to the energy of grace within the things that you are wanting. They have an energy. They have a truth. They have a peace. They have a love. They have a divine love. Allow your love to expand into the consciousness of the love of the things that you're wanting. Allow their love to expand into the consciousness of your love. Allow the love of divinity and grace to be the love of you and the love of the things that you are wanting. Receive your energy of grace through these things that are already here, because now you can see them. Now you can feel them. Now you can experience them. Now you can know them. Now you can become them. I allow myself to become everything I have ever wanted to be. This is here. This is now. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. We are here. This is when we receive. This is when we know. This is when we feel. This is when we experience. This is when God's grace is available within us as the truth of all things. This is our moment of grace and kindness and love and truth to be. There is no waiting. There is no given moment. It is now. It is here. It is this moment. Experience your grace, your truth, and your divinity. There is nothing holding you back from becoming all that you are right here, right now, in this moment, in this truth, in this peace. Allow yourself to sink deeply into the knowingness of who you are, because the knowingness of who you are is God's grace, and God's grace is only this moment in reality. And in this moment of reality, we are here now experiencing everything that we want. On this earth plane, it's all accessible within our being, within our truth, within our consciousness, within our grace. I am giving you an energetic alignment as we're speaking. I'm giving you an energetic alignment to see yourself as divine, to see yourself as conscious, and to see yourself as free. Open yourself up more deeply to the conscious grace and the truth that is available to you right now in this moment of peace. Open yourself up more deeply to the conscious awareness that is within you as the grace, as the truth, as the consciousness of all things. Open yourself up more deeply to the consciousness, to the grace, to the truth of energy that is working its way through you, through your body, through your consciousness, through your mind, through your beingness. Everything within you is being perceived, conceived by God's grace right now. Allow that energy of truth to be running through you. Every molecule of your being is being divinely guided by this energy of grace that is opening you up to your true consciousness, to your true blessings, and to your true grace. We now receive God's grace within our being. Allow it to expand you into the consciousness of all things right now. Allow it to expand you into the consciousness of all things right now. Allow it to expand you into the consciousness of all things right now. Your whole reality is shifting into the consciousness, into the grace, into the truth of this one moment that has ever been. We are this moment. There is nothing else. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment of grace. This is the moment of peace. You're expanding your consciousness into the divinity, into the truth, into the peace, into the blessings that we receive in this moment. I am receiving God's grace as the blessing of who I truly am. There is only one recognition that needs to take place, and that is the recognition that you are God's grace. That is the only recognition that needs to take place. The recognition that you are God's grace. There is only one recognition that needs to take place, and that is the recognition that you are God's grace. There is nothing else to be seen, heard, felt, or known in this reality. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to be seen. Bashtokoromata. Why do you want God's grace within your being? Why do you need the energy of God's consciousness as your own true self now? Why do you feel everything energetically that you are wanting already existing within your sphere of consciousness allowing those things to be here now in this moment of energy and grace. Why? If we do not recognize God's grace within our being now, here, consciously, in aliveness, when will we see? Because see, there is no when. There is now. There is no when. There is now. There is no when. There is now. And this is the moment that is here. You conceptually allow yourself to be alive in this moment of grace, and you see everything that is yours already. Conceptually receive the energy of God's grace into your being. Mata. So we're trying to just give you this sense of what it means when we say it's already here, everything you're wanting, everything you're receiving, all these things that you ask for, it's already here. Conceptually, allow yourself to understand that the grace within you is the grace of everything you're wanting, receiving, knowing, giving, and allowing. We've been given a big energetic alignment with grace. We've been given a big energetic alignment with peace. We've been given a big energetic alignment with truth. We've been given a big energetic alignment that will receive us into it as we listen to this energy of grace. Listen. Yes, listen. Listen to the energy of grace. Listen within your being. Hear with God's grace. See with consciousness and peace. Feel with energetic opening, aliveness, and grace. Know with consciousness and truth and peace. I am alive. I am graceful. I am loving. I am free. Don't expect yourself to be different than what you already know as your true being. This is your being. You can sink into this moment. You can sink into this grace, and you can sink into this peace. This is your moment. You can feel the energy of everything you've been receiving, everything you've been wanting, everything you've been allowing yourself to imagine in your experience. Now is the moment. Expand it. I allow everything that is mine to be seen, heard, felt, known. Now I allow everything I've been wanting to be seen, heard, felt, known. Now I allow everything that I have been wanting to be seen, heard, felt, known. Now feel it deeply. Feel it deeply. Feel it deeply. If you don't know yourself as divine, loving, and free, sit with yourself for moments daily. If you don't know yourself as divine, loving, and free, sit with yourself for moments daily. Because only in the reality where we allow ourselves to be consciously alive within our being, within our truth, within our peace, do we recognize the grace of our own being. So we'll make a video soon about allowing yourself to be in that consciousness of grace, allowing yourself to be in that consciousness of truth, and allowing yourself to be in that consciousness of peace. Just knowing yourself as divine in all things, and training your mind to be delivered into the space of peace, truth, love, and divinity. Just allow yourself to be felt in this moment of grace. in this moment of truth and in this moment of peace. I know you as divine. I know you as conscious. I know you as loving, and I know you as free. If you're having trouble coming into these moments of peace, if you're having trouble coming into these moments of truth, if you're having trouble coming into these moments of grace, we'll receive you into this moment, and we will allow you to see yourself as divine in all things. So maybe next week we'll make a video of just sitting, just receiving, just allowing this moment, fully consciously in awareness, right? Fully consciously in awareness. A practice that you can do on a daily basis to allow yourself to know yourself as divine, perfect, and free. It's simple, it's easy, but we must go within our being to accept that divinity that we are already. Mashtoko, I love you. Consciousness is divine, consciousness is loving, consciousness is free. Let's spread this divinity, this love, this truth. Let's access the consciousness within our own being and allow it to be seen, heard, felt, and understood in everything we are doing, so we can know ourselves as divine and free, and we can accept the reality that we are creating as divine, perfect, loving, and free. We are free. I love you. We're divine. We're conscious. We are free. Kumatayata. Vishta krumata shitakireyanaka. Mare humati karashata kalyepata. Shita. Hiranna